Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today on Guns Up Review, we're talking about shotguns, but not long ones, shorties. We're talking home defense today. Got a couple of examples. Where do you see this? Come on back. So today I got a couple of different models for you. Okay, we got some short shotguns. We've got the Mossberg 500A, and I've got the Winchester model 1300 stainless marine. How's that? That's a pretty cool little number there. Let's start off with the Mossberg 500A. This is like just about the cheapest shotgun you can buy, 12 gauge pump. The nice thing about these little shotguns, there's about 1 million accessories on the market. You've got this front handle here, this handle grip on the forestock. You've got a heat shield, of course a pistol grip. There's one screw back here in the back, and I can change this out and put back a regular shoulder stock on this. There are attachments that would go on here where you can put magazines for extra rounds on here. It's got an extended tube. You'll see the barrel goes all the way to the end. This one, the 500A, it will hold 7 rounds in the tube, and then of course 1 in the chamber. So as I have it here, it'll hold 8 rounds. The 9th round will almost go into it, but not quite. It's a little bit heavy with all this extra garb on here. You certainly can't one-hand it. You see, I'm old and my hands start shaking. Anyway, that's the 500A. And then we've got this. Is this beautiful or what? I mean, come on, y'all. Look at that thing. The Winchester Defender series here was the 1200 series, which a lot of police officers carry the 1200 Defender. This is a 1300. But it's called the stainless marine, and so it's a stainless steel shotgun. It's made to go on your boat as a boat gun or whatever, and it's rust resistant, so you can have it out and it won't corrode if you had it in a saltwater environment. It holds 1 less than my Mossberg 500A does. It'll hold in the tube. It'll hold 6 in the tube, and then of course 1 in the chamber. The receiver portion here has some kind of like a Cerakote coating on it. It has a rust resistant coating on there, but it has a hard chrome plating on it, which I think is just fabulous. It just looks great. Anyway, this same thing, the Winchester, same as the Mossberg. I have a pistol grip on mine. One screw comes out, this comes off, and then you can screw the regular shoulder mount back on there, your butt stock. This comes in 2 different kind of flavors here, if you will. One is with the synthetic forestock and rear stock, and the other is with a walnut or a wooden front and back stock. If you're going to carry it in your boat and bang it around and beat on it, then the plastic synthetic stock is the way to go. But I think this thing, should get extra marks for just being the coolness factor of this thing, right? So, fantastic little shotgun here. This one is lightweight. I can hold it pretty easily out with one hand. But really, so how are these guns designed to be shot? If you're going to carry it for home defense, it's pretty much just carried at the waist level there, and firing this way, and the accuracy is pretty good. So if you hear a bump in the night, what are you going to get out? Are you going to get out your AR-15? What if your kids are in the other room? An AR-15 will go through every wall in your house. You need yourself a good shotgun. And for most times, if a criminal's in your house, once they hear one sound, adios, muchachos, I'm out of here, right? Because who wants to get a load of birdshot on them, right? So a scatter gun like this is going to be really effective as a home defense gun. It's not going to go through any walls with birdshot here. If I put a slug in here, it will, but I don't think you would use something like a slug for home defense. You may use some buckshot. But again, you're talking about penetrating multiple walls, and if you've got your children on the other side of the wall, you just don't want to go crazy. If you want if your wife or your whoever is at home and is afraid of guns, again, all you have to do is show somebody how to make that noise. And when you hear that international sound for loaded shotgun, it is time to vacate the premises if you're somewhere you're not supposed to be. So, how the heck are these to shoot? I've got kind of a couple of fun clips. The first one I'll show you, I had a buddy of mine come from London, England. His name is John, and they don't get to do a lot of gunning or shotgunning or any kind of shooting sports over there. And so came over, many trips to Texas, but anyway, took him out to the range. And check out this cool footage of John on the shotgun. First thing, I want to warn you, I'm sorry about the wind noise. I've got a new microphone coming. It's going to be better. But here's John shooting the Mossberg 500A. All right, I'm ready. All right, now, there you go. One more. So that's pretty good, shooting it from the hip. So here's a question. Can you shoot it just full on? You know, that hurts my shoulder to hold it, but my body's falling apart. The older I get, the harder this gets. This is really front heavy, especially with 4 or 5 rounds in it. It's really front heavy and pretty hard to do. Check this out though. I just wondered if you could shoot this like Arnold style, you know? Woo, that's got a little bit of a thump to her.
I love how it ratchets.
Wow. You gotta try that.
No.
Huh?
Your hand's shaking already.
Okay.
That's too pretty.
Woo! How's that? And of course, as soon as I did it, everybody else wanted a shot at it. So here's everybody else giving a try with the old one-handed Arnold style shooting.
Bad idea.
Bad idea?
Yeah.
Get you some, son. Oh yeah! Oh, that's man stuff. Oh, left-handed.
Bad idea.
That hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hurts your
You
wrist.
feel it. Stand up back up.
Ah! And finally, I know what you're thinking. You went to the range and you had both of these shotguns. Surely you tried it, right? Well, if you're talking about this, of course I tried it. Here you go.
Put 'em up. Yeah.
Okay, is it rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Get you some of that. So thanks for joining us today. We had a great time doing that. My thanks to my buddy John, and all your buddies back at in the UK will certainly be jealous. Thanks for tuning in, and see us next time here on Guns Up Review.